Hello and welcome to the third episode in this video use case series from Nefolo. My name's Adam Chamberlain, I'm the founder and managing director, and the aim of these is to take you through the real world problems and questions that we address with our software as a service discovery platform. We are again looking at a topic, a subject, a question that gets asked by both IT and finance and procurement, and it is looking at how do we know what to purchase and commit to in terms of number of licenses for next year. It's a common challenge when looking to renew a piece of software, a subscription. You need to understand how many people are using it and how many people are going to be using it, so you can make the right type of commitment at this moment in time. So hopefully a relatively quick one. Again, we'll jump into it and see about how we go around answering this question in the platform. Let's get ourselves logged in, have a look at the dashboards and start to answer some questions that can help us get a better understanding of what we're going to commit to for a particular service, package, software, whatever we're looking at. So the first thing we need to do is understand the right level of usage currently, and by this I mean that just because you're purchasing 200 licenses, 100 licenses, whatever that number is, just because you're purchasing that today, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you need today. And in one of the earlier videos, I think the first video, we covered how do we go about right sizing, understanding what we've committed to, what we're actually using, and then right sizing. And that is a case of I'm picking the tool that we want to investigate. Let's just say it's Adobe because it's on the screen right now. So by ensuring we've reviewed all of the invoices that we are getting for the particular vendor, we can understand what we've got in terms of number of users. And then once we know what we're actually buying, we can then come along and we can have a look at how many users we've actually got active and seen using Adobe. So we can see there we've got 58 from our sample data here. So we know that we've got 58 active users kind of currently using Adobe. Now that needs to be cross-referenced with how many are we buying. Are we buying 60, in which case no problem, we've got about the right level, or are we buying considerably more or considerably less? But this 58 becomes our starting point. It's quite nice at this point to have the date range here. We're looking at usage over the last 12 months. You might want to kind of drop that down and actually just explore what that usage looks like over the last quarter, for example, and get an idea of how many people we had using over the last quarter. How noisy has that application been over the last quarter? And then once we've got that understanding of where we need to be right now, and we're comfortable that we've captured the right number of users, and that's a mixture of using the portal here, looking at what we're buying, but also probably kind of just sort of surveying the user community and make sure they are using it, they still need access to it. Again, as before, these are all hyperlinks, so when we look at Adobe users, we can see who is using it, and if we need to make contact with them, we can click the hyperlink and we can drop them an email just to make sure they are still using it. Once we've got that baseline, then we can start to look at our active users over time, so we can see how the usage of Adobe has grown month on month over the last what are we there, year and a bit, and we can start to see what kind of trajectory you're on. We are increasing at what maybe 30 users a month, 30 users a month. And so we can start to plot out, well, if we're adding 10 users, 20 users, whatever it might be, we can start to predict that over the next year, we need to add maybe another 30, 40, 50 users, whatever it might be. But the key with this is we're going to use kind of real world data and information to understand where we are currently, where are we right sized, and how are we increasing or decreasing, whatever it might be. Again, this is sample data, so we start to notice interesting like points of a user using it in a real customer environment. These are whole numbers. So we can then make a really accurate prediction that is based on data, based on actual usage and trending over time, to get to the accurate right level of commitment for that particular tool. Exceptionally useful, because as much as everything is as a service, so often with as a service you do actually need to make a commitment to the number of users, or there are financial incentives for making commitments to the number of users, so it's important to get that right. And that is how we use Nefolo SaaS Audit to go and help with that particular problem. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos in the series, please do go and check those out. Like this, we cover just a simple topic and show how we use the data and the insights it provides to answer those everyday questions that are coming up in the world of technology and operations. If you need any more information, please get in contact via the website. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.